Here, take a look at mine for a second. If your 360 waves aren't connecting, you aren't far off, but you are missing a few key things. So in this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to fix that and actually showing you how to get your waves to connect all the way around your head. I'm Waveman Mike, and this is the full system. This is what you need to build real connections. Because brushing is the most important part, but if your angles, crown, and method aren't right, you can brush all day and still end up with forks, gaps, and weak spots. So if your waves look good but don't connect all the way, watch this all the way through. I can hear the comments now. Brush the waves, brush the waves. Okay, I'll do it. First, like we said, we're gonna comb. Combing usually always comes before brushing. Usually always, does that make sense? Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't, but it's important. That's what I'm trying to say. Got it? Now, the most important thing you need to understand is this. Your crown controls everything. If your crown angles are off, then your connections are gonna struggle no matter how much you brush. This is where a lot of people mess up. So what you need to do is go to a mirror, one that's like on the wall, and then get your handheld mirror, of course, too. Find your crown and really study how your hair grows. Once you see that, lock in your natural angles and follow them consistently. Every brush stroke should be coming from your crown and moving outward. It shouldn't be random, you shouldn't be guessing, it needs to be consistent. Once your angles are locked in, your connections will start forming naturally. But if your crown is off, everything else will be off too. Connections are about how your waves flow across your entire head. It's not simply just having waves. Just having waves isn't enough. From the top to the sides, to the sides, to the back, to the back, to the crown, everything should flow all the way around. Everything should line up smooth. When everything doesn't line up smoothly, that's when you get forks. That's why some people have waves, but they don't look clean or they don't look complete. Your goal isn't just to get waves, your goal is to get fully connected waves. If your connections aren't coming in, then it usually comes down to a few things. You're not brushing consistently, you're switching angles too much, you're cutting too low too often, you're not wolfing enough, and you're ignoring the connection zones. Fix those and you'll see progress. Now let's talk about the routine that actually builds connections. Start with the comb. A lot of people skip this, but it makes a big difference. It lifts the hair and helps break up forks before you even brush. Just comb in the same direction that you brush. Then go in with a hard brush. This helps pull your hair and reach those deeper layers, especially when you're wolfing. After that, use a medium brush. This is where most of the work gets done. It's not too hard and it's not too soft. You can really build and reinforce your pattern without damaging your hair. Then finish with a soft brush to smooth everything out and lay your hair down. Always end your sessions with a do-rag. That locks everything in and protects your progress. That full sequence is what really builds waves. Well, really builds connections for your waves. You're not just brushing randomly. Now, when it comes to forks, you are brushing them out, but you need to slightly shift your angles. Find the fork, then adjust your brush angle just a little. You can go a little bit more vertical, you can go a little bit more diagonal, whatever you feel like you need to do to attack that specific fork. Over time, that shifts your pattern and helps that fork disappear. You're basically retraining your hair. Another thing people mess up is how they train their connections. They brush in sections, but they don't really focus on the transitions. You need to blend and overlap your brushing. Like I said, go from the top to the sides, from the sides to the back, from the back to the crown, or whatever order you want to go in. But just make sure you're hitting all sides and make sure you're hitting the transition areas too. That's how you're going to build that smooth flow all the way around your head. It's a lot harder to get good connections if you're not planning on wolfing. So I recommend, if you want to get better connections, I would recommend trying out wolfing. Just try it. Who knows? The progress might be better than you expect it to be. Your hair needs length to fully connect. That's how the forks are going to shift and how the connections are going to form. A great starting point is about 3 to 5 weeks. From there, you can get haircuts how you want, but just understand that getting lower haircuts is going to slow down your progress. Now, products can help, but they're not the main factor. Use them for moisture or hold, especially after a shower or during a wolf. But brushing is what actually builds the waves. Products just maintain them. And this is the part that a lot of people don't want to hear. It's gonna take time. You might see small changes in a few weeks. Real progress comes in a couple months. And full connections take even longer. The key is consistency. The same angles, the same routine every day. If you lock in, your waves will connect. I'm telling you. I'm Waveman Mike. They don't call me Waveman Mike for a reason right there. I just kicked my tripod, so the camera just shook, but I was trying to show you. They don't call me Waveman Mike for no reason. Look at my waves. Do I look like I don't know how to teach you guys how to get fully connected waves? Exactly.
I don't know why, but for whatever reason, the camera decided to delete the audio, so I'm recording it again. Basically, I wasn't satisfied with the way my waves looked, so I'm going to do a little bit more. First, I'm going to take some moisturizer. As you can see, I'm rubbing it in my hair the same way that I was brushing my hair, following the same angles. The only difference now is I'm using my hands instead of a brush. I really wish the audio didn't get deleted, because I'm sure I did better explanations. Just look at the expressions on my face, but it's all cool. So after we finish up with the moisturizer, we're going to move on to some hair oil. I got this one from Cold Label. Go ahead and put a few drops in your hand, rub it in, and then rub it in your hair. Make sure to distribute it evenly on all sides. As you can see, I'm trying to rub it in as thoroughly as possible. And you can see the way that my hair is taking shape just from what we've done so far. Before I even say it, can anybody guess what's next? What comes after the oil? It is the butter. Yep, the butter comes after the oil. So we did the moisturizer, then we do the oil, and then finally the butter. That's what we're gonna do. That's the order that we're going in for this process here. And it's important that we do this because every time that you end a brush session, you want to be satisfied with the way that your waves look, because that is the progress you want to save. Every time you put on your do-rag after a session, you're saving that progress. So if your waves don't look satisfactory, why would you save how it looks if it's not the way that you want it to look? Weird way to explain that, but I think you get what I'm trying to say, right? Drop a comment down below saying, I get what you're saying. Now let's go in with the medium brush. Honestly, I don't know what I stopped to say here. Like I said, the audio got deleted. I didn't even get to review it. As soon as I recorded it, it was gone. Only the video remains. No sound. You know what? There's probably a deaf person out there somewhere that could read lips that could probably tell us what I was saying. That's like so off topic. Okay, so anyway, I like to do majority of my brush work with the medium brush. Just because of what I said earlier, it's not too hard and it's not too soft. I can put in a lot of work without my scalp ever getting to like tender or without it starting to hurt. I won't get that soreness. And it's firm enough to where it still gets pull from my hair. It's not just simply gliding across the top like a soft brush would. And I, of course, cannot forget to brush my problem areas. This is one of my problem areas for sure. That area right above and behind my ear. The way that it's held by my do-rag really doesn't sit well. Every time I take my do-rag off, it shifts in a different direction. Can't let that happen. So we got to brush it. And right now my crown looks crazy. Look at it. I definitely have to brush it. I've got to fix this at least a little bit. I can't leave it like this. Listen, if I do more videos like this while I brush my waves, then you guys will even get to see my waves progress. Yes, I already have waves, but they can still get better. So make sure you're doing everything along with me. Because if my waves are getting better and you're watching and doing the same thing, then your waves are going to get better right along with mine. Deal? That sounds like a good agreement. Hit the like button and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the hype button. Most of all, don't forget to hit the brush session. Okay, so let's take a break from brushing and let's see what it looks like. Let's take it one step further and do the plastic bag method. If you don't know what this does, basically it's just laying my waves down. Take your hand, put it in a plastic bag and rub it on your waves. It's that simple. Although it looks silly, this makes a huge difference, I'm telling you. Way more of a difference than you probably think if you haven't tried it already. If you ever heard of a game changer, this is what a game changer is. I put a little bit of butter on that plastic bag and now rub it in on my waves again, letting it take full effect. What do you guys think? Drop a rating down below of the results, 1 through 10. 1 being the worst, 10 being the best.
I'm Waveman Mike. If this video helped you, make sure you go drop a like. Also, go hype the video up. Enjoy your day.